Hello, and welcome to OJ Safety. On this channel, we discuss practical vessel safety topics, lifeboats, davits, LSA, FFE, inspection planning, certificates, and the compliance details that decide whether a port call stays routine or becomes expensive. Today, we are looking at one question ship managers often ask too late. Why do flag and class approvals matter for lifeboat and FFE inspections? A lifeboat inspection is not only about whether the equipment looks good. A firefighting equipment inspection is not only about whether the cylinders are full. In maritime compliance, the work must be done correctly, but the documentation must also be accepted. That is the part where vessels often get caught. The inspection was done, the certificate exists, but during class survey, flag review, or port state control, somebody asks the uncomfortable question, was this service provider authorized for this scope? And suddenly, a completed job can turn into re-inspection, delay, or another urgent attendance in the wrong port. Every vessel trades under a flag state. That may be Lithuania, Cyprus, Panama, Liberia, the Marshall Islands, Norway, or another administration. The flag state is responsible for enforcing international maritime conventions such as SOLAS, MARPOL, and the ISM code. But in practice, flag administrations rarely inspect every item themselves. They delegate many technical verification functions to classification societies acting as recognized organizations. These recognized organizations help verify that the vessel, equipment, certificates, and service records meet the applicable requirements. For ship managers, the point is simple. The vessel needs more than a completed inspection. It needs inspection documentation that can stand up during flag, class, and port state control review. Classification societies are the technical side of the compliance system. Organizations such as RINA, DNV, Bureau Veritas, ABS, and Lloyd's Register carry out surveys, audits, and technical verification for vessels around the world. For lifeboats, rescue boats, davits, and launching appliances, IMO Resolution MSC.402 96 sets clear requirements for maintenance, thorough examination, operational testing, overhaul, and repair. One of the key principles is authorization. The service provider must be properly approved. The personnel must be competent. The procedures must follow the applicable maker, class, and flag requirements. The records must be traceable. Without that structure, even technically correct work may be questioned. And when a certificate is questioned, the vessel does not care that the work was probably fine. The vessel needs accepted evidence. MSC.402 96 was introduced to reduce accidents during lifeboat drills, maintenance, and testing. It created a more controlled framework for lifeboat and davit inspection work. For LSA inspection, this affects annual inspections, 5-year inspections, release gear, launching appliances, winches, brakes, hooks, load tests, and related documentation. An authorized service provider must operate under controlled procedures, maintain competent technicians, keep calibration records, and issue reports that clearly identify the equipment, scope, findings, and test results. This is why the name on the certificate matters. During PSC or class review, inspectors are not only asking, was the lifeboat checked? They are asking, who checked it, under what approval, against which procedure, with what evidence? That is where weak documentation becomes a real operational risk. The same logic applies to FFE. Firefighting equipment inspections may include CO2 systems, foam systems, dry powder systems, water mist systems, portable extinguishers, SCBA, EEBD, fire hoses, hydrants, and emergency fire pump testing. The technical work matters, but traceability matters too. Cylinder identification, test dates, calibration records, technician details, service scope, corrective actions. Certificates and reports must be clear enough for class, flag, and PSC inspection. If the fire equipment is serviced but the documentation is unclear, the vessel still has a problem. Because compliance is not only what was done, compliance is what can be proven. Humanity needed several thousand years to arrive at write it down properly, and somehow this is still where audits go to die. In Baltic and North Sea ports, timing is often the real enemy. Klaipėda, Riga, Tallinn, Gdynia, Gdansk, Hamburg, Rotterdam, Copenhagen. The vessel arrives with a short port call, cargo work, crew changes, class items, spare parts, bunker planning, and 10 people asking for updates. If LSA and FFE inspections are planned badly, the result is simple. Extra attendance, missing documentation, delayed sailing, or another urgent job pushed into the next port. The better approach is to coordinate lifeboat, davit, and firefighting equipment inspection as one safety package. One attendance, one documentation structure, one clear file for class, flag, and PSC review. Less downtime, less confusion, fewer emails that begin with, please treat this as urgent. OJ Safety is an ISO 9001 certified and RINA-approved marine safety service provider based in Klaipėda, Lithuania. We support ship managers, superintendents, vessel operators, and offshore clients with LSA annual inspections, 5-year lifeboat and davit inspections, load testing, rescue boat servicing, FFE annual inspection, CO2 systems, foam systems, SCBA, EEBD, fire extinguishers, and emergency fire pump testing. Our service coverage includes Lithuania, Latvia, Estonia, Poland, Scandinavia, the North Sea area, and wider Europe. Our focus is simple: authorized service, traceable documentation, class-ready reports, and practical port call support. Flag and class approvals are not paperwork decoration. They are the foundation that makes the inspection usable when the vessel is reviewed. For the full written breakdown, inspection planning, and quotation request, visit ojsafety.com or contact us directly at sales@ojsafety.com.